If m equals 5 and t equals -1, what is the value of all this stuff? So this looks like a really complicated algebra problem, but really, they gave us the numbers that we should plug in for our two variables. So this is going to end up just being a PEMDAS problem because we're not going to have any variables to solve for. So I'm going to rewrite it with those numbers plugged in for m and t. 6 minus 8 times, and it's good to remember that a number in front of parentheses always means times, 2 minus, and t is -1. And I'm putting that in parentheses so I understand that I'm subtracting -1 because -1 is what I'm plugging in. And I'm just going to stick with the top for now so that we can solve this with PEMDAS, and then I'll move on to the bottom. So that was the only variable, was t on the top. Now let's do our PEMDAS. And I'm going to write PEMDAS over here. Just good to have in front of you to look at in case you forget the order. So parentheses first. Well, -1's in parentheses, but you can't really do anything. It's just a number. So let's do the next biggest parentheses. 2 minus -1. 2 minus -1 is the same as 2 plus 1, because minus a negative is plus. I'm going to rewrite the whole thing because it's going to help me not make any mistakes. Then I have 6 minus 8 times 2 plus 1 is 3. And multiplication is next, so 6 minus 24. And 6 minus 24, when you're subtracting big from small, I think the best way to do it is to do big minus small and just slap a negative on the answer. So 24 minus 6 is 18, which means that 6 minus 24 is -18. Great. Now we have what the top comes out to, and I'm going to write it over here so I don't forget. Now let's do the bottom. 2 times 5 plus 4 times 3 minus 5. Okay. Let's do parentheses first. So we have 2 times 5 plus 4 times, and 3 minus 5 is -2. Now let's do multiplication, and because we have two multiplication things, we just go left to right. So 2 times 5 is 10. 4 times -2 is -8. We now have 10 plus -8. When you have a plus and a minus, the minus wins. So this is the same thing as 10 minus 8, which is 2. I've solved this, but this isn't one of the answer choices. Oh no! Fortunately, we can reduce -18 over 2. -18 over 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Don't forget the negative. -18 over 2 is -9.